breaking news on some inflammatory comments made by the Senate Majority Leader. This is the Senate's highest-ranking Democrat about Governor Mitt Romney's faith. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid allegedly telling reporters that Governor Romney is, quote, not the face of Mormonism, and that the governor has, quote, sullied his faith. Another well-known Mormon congressman, Republican Jason Chaffetz, firing back and calling this way out of bounds. This is just breaking. We have not independently confirmed this. This is the news crossing into the Fox News wires right now. But joining me now to react is pollster Frank Luntz. He's author of the book Words That Work, and he has consulted with a number of high-profile political campaigns. He's also a Fox News contributor. And by the way, his website is luntzglobal.com if you want to sit in on one of his famous focus groups. But I want to ask you about this breaking news, Frank, as somebody who is a wordsmith and advises politicians on what messaging works. What do you make of this?
I hope it's not true. I actually hope that Harry Reid did not say that Mitt Romney has sullied his faith. Could you imagine the reaction if this had happened within the Catholics or Jews? That it's usually anyone who brings up religion is doing so to make a political point, which the American people resent. They do not want religion and politics crossing between each other. And so I'm hoping that Harry Reid says and declares that he was misquoted, because the idea that you would use your religion and suggest that someone else isn't good at his faith or has sullied his faith, that would be a new low in this campaign. And I know Harry Reid, and I just want to say I hope that he didn't say it, and my assumption is, until it's proven, that he wouldn't have said something so horrible.
Well, and I want to correct myself, because we're getting this, I'm just looking through, this is just breaking, so forgive me, but this is FoxNews.com reporting it and saying that he did it during a conference call with reporters, so it wouldn't be,
It on the record.
I mean, if you're talking to the reporters, clearly you want it out there. Now, you tell me, why would they want that out there, and why would they be going to Harry Reid?
Oh, yeah, because Harry Reid has been the attack dog for the Democrats. He has quite often been the one to launch the attacks. And the issue for Reid, though, being a Mormon himself, is that why would you connect these two issues? And second, we have been, as a country, with Barack Obama becoming president, we've broken down barriers repeatedly. Why would you want to put a religious barrier in front of the American people? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, if you had a top Republican surrogate for Mitt Romney going out and saying Barack Obama is not the face of Christianity and he's sullied the faith,
that person would be fired. I mean, let's be blunt. That person would be fired within 60 seconds. Mitt Romney is a great father. He's an amazing husband, as is Barack Obama. And the idea that you would launch something so hideous and so deliberately divisive this close to the election, Megan, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not a good strategy either.
Well, in this
the American
campaign,
people will see through
I want to ask you about that, because in this campaign we saw the Obama campaign going after Mitt Romney viciously for a time. You know, he's a vulture, his time at Bain Capital, he doesn't care about anybody other than the rich people, blah, blah, blah. But then when we got the Democratic National Convention, the message changed dramatically. And having been at both conventions, I can tell you that we saw a week of testimonials on Mitt Romney's behalf at the Republican National Convention, including a lot of folks to whom he ministered when he was a Mormon minister. We saw a clip in Trace Gallagher's report, you know, a little boy, 7-year-old, who was dying. He helped him write his will at the child's request. A little girl who suffered a brain hemorrhage, and Mitt Romney personally making Thanksgiving dinner and bringing it over to the mother and the family, and so on. And so then the message changed at the DNC, where they came out and actually were saying he is a good guy. They actually said, look, Romney is a good guy, but different policies. Why the shift back if this is actually coming from the campaign?
Because they've made the decision that this is not going to be a referendum on Barack Obama or even a choice between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. The Obama campaign, I think, has decided, and this is more evidence of it, that this will be a referendum on Mitt Romney. That between now and Election Day, other than the debates, you won't see any positive Obama ads. You won't see anything about what's going to be the next 4 years. The goal is going to be to demonize Mitt Romney. Again, what I don't understand is why go at him as a person? I can understand criticizing his business record, which they have done. But why would you attack the person when his own life has been
There's an issue of Mormonism. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen Mormonism attacked by people who don't like Mitt Romney. By the way, it's the Salt Lake Tribune who has the original reporting. Is this an attempt to put, you know, Mormonism front and center in this campaign to try to scare people who don't understand that religion?
And the fact that it's the Salt Lake Tribune tells me that this is accurate. And so Harry Reid was not misquoted, that Harry Reid deliberately meant to do that. And I think that's part of the destruction of politics as we know it. Look, we got to take a look at what happens after the election, regardless of who wins. How are we going to bring this country back together? How are we going to have a civil dialogue about things we believe in without smears against each other and without trying to bring these extemporaneous issues into the process? Megyn, this country's being wrecked right now because of what's going on. And this is just the latest example, and I would hope other Democrats would ask Harry Reid to apologize.
Including President Obama? I mean, if this turns out to be true, should President Obama come out and say, he doesn't speak for me?
It's simple. If someone made the same accusation as you said about Barack Obama, I believe the Romney campaign would apologize, and they would be forced to by public opinion. The same thing should happen here. I do think Harry Reid owes Mitt Romney an apology.
Wow. Frank Luntz, thank you.
Thanks.
Coming up, we're going to have a debate about why President Obama is not meeting with world leaders at the UN General Assembly for the first time in 2 decades. This